Hi there, welcome to the 2025 Cannes Yachting Festival. I'm Giorgio Sarti from Azimut Yachts Americas, and I'm here honored to introduce you to the whole new Azimut Fly 82. Please follow me on board. We'll start from the beach platform, which this boat adds a lot of new innovative features to the well-renowned Azimut Fly 78, which, if you remember the 78, well, forget about it, because this is completely changing. It's a game-changing boat, it's a game-changing model, adding key features, very innovative. First of all is the deck-to-deck. So this boat has space for a 3.9 meters tender, which is accessible once you open the garage door. The garage door features a thick decking on top of it, which features dual purposes. Obviously, first of all, it encloses the storage for the tender, but most importantly, it extends the cockpit by more than 3 feet. So follow me on board and I'll show you more into details. So in the cockpit area over here, we have the deck-to-deck. Again, what we have here is more than 3 feet long terrace at sea. And as you can see, we can feature it with a couple of chairs. You have a sunshade sail over here that really extend the cockpit by more than 3 feet. So this is massive, enjoyable location where you can really enjoy your friends, your guests on board, the family. And once we move a little bit forward, you have a convertible dining area. So the table goes up and down, has 2 openable wings. So this area is extremely versatile, providing so many options to your customer, your friends and the guests on board to really enjoy the time at sea. Moving forward, port side, we have a furniture here that is a wet bar where you have a sink down here, and then inside the storage you'll see it unfolds the cockpit docking station, which is perfect located so that you have access on the port side and very clear view. Moving to the interiors, here is where we have the real game-changing on the new Fly 82. First of all, the spectacular touch by Fabio Fantolino that designed the interiors of the Flight 82, really adding a special touch. Very, very much coziness, elegant, is so smooth. So first of all, we reduced all the mullions. As you can see, we increased the glazing, so you have massive windows compared to the previous model, the Fly 78, which had the furniture right here with a high-low television. The TV has been relocated to the ceiling, like on the larger yachts. This way, you really have a massive main deck with 2 separated spaces, one fully dedicated to the living room, like in the media area, and the other one to the dining, which we'll touch base in a little second. As far as storage, there's plenty. Here on the port side, every part of the sofa is a big storage with rams, so you really have easy access to each one of them. And then on the starboard side, you have the column here, which features another storage compartment, and it's really, really nicely done. So all the switches are hidden for a very flush, elegant, cozy, and accompanying salon. As you can see, we have the switchy right here, and then very cool feature is this Yachtica plate, which allows you to control the lights the way you want them, all on, all off, welcome mode, the TV mode, the dining mode, and you name it. So moving forward, I really want to show you this dining table. It's absolutely spectacular. So this table has been designed by Fabio Fantolino specifically for Azimut. It's a custom-made table for us. As you can see, it's rounded, so it seats a good amount of people. Here we have 6 chairs. Could be added a couple more. And the marble top, it's really spectacular. Again, moving forward, here we feature the bar, so the access to the glassware, so it could be used by the crew to serve the guests on board. Forward is the third very innovative aspect of the boat. We were able to fit a day head on the main deck, which is a game-changing in a boat this type, to really give you the feeling of being on a boat that is of much larger dimension. And then what is the continuation from the Fly 78, which has been, again, in 2021, a game-changing model for the industry, was the hugeness of space. So the galley is located up front with a separating pocket door located right here. So your crew will be able to work in this area, access to the cockpit from the starboard door, And then over here, you really have plenty of space for either the crew or even the guest, if it's an owner-operated vessel, to take care of anything related to the galley. A lot of storage, dishwasher, upgraded meal induction and cooktop and then combo microwave. We have natural ventilation here, and of course, there is a hood right here for the cooktops. So one very cool feature of this model that has been continued and taken and carried over from the Fly 78 is that the crew quarter is located up front. So this is really giving you the feeling of being on a much larger yacht. And most importantly, we added this feature, which is dual function. It adds a countertop, but at the same time it functions as a safety feature. So we don't need to add a door here. With this, you'll be able to make sure that there's no risk to fall over on the stairs. Moving down, the crew cabin features 3 beds. Features 3 beds over here with the option of adding a dividing wall for more privacy. Of course, there is a head. So this boat total features 4 staterooms, 5 heads, plus the crew cabin and the crew head. There's ample storage capacity in the crew quarters, so really, this could be used as an extra cabin. Some of our customers on the Fly 78 use this for the grandkids. But again, for the crew, there's plenty of space. And here is the crew head. Let's go take a look at the lower deck, where the 82, with its 3.5 feet more than the Fly 78, shows all this benefit into the owner's cabin. So here you can see the size of the master cabin, which is spectacular, is amazing. There's great ergonomics, there's a lot of headrooms, a lot of storage. Most importantly, thanks to the extended length of the boat, we were able to get 3 feet into the owner's cabin, which basically would be this section here, which gave us the opportunity to install here a vanity desk, which could also be used as a working desk. So top in marble, this is just magic touch by Fabio Fantolino. Huge dresser on this side, walk-in closet right here. As you can see, there's plenty of room. I have really a lot of space for myself. I'm 6 feet tall, more or less. And on the other side, we have a sofa here for a cozy and nice environment. If you want, this could be another dresser. The TV comes off this furniture right here, so it's very big, and it covers the entire bulkhead here, so for very, very good visibility from the owner's bed. When we move to the head, we have 2 separate sinks, all in marble. This is really a nice touch. A lot of storage inside the head for hers and for him. And then when we go over to the shower, we want to show you the size. It's really spectacular. So first of all, the doors, you feature a new mechanism, which is a design piece. Really nicely made and very, very user-friendly. You have a rain shower here, very tall, very big, and then we look at these touches. It's marble-made soap holders with integrated LED lights to really create that effect that the shower will be taken out to another level. And another storage compartment is here, which behind here is the staircase. We were able to retrieve as much storage as we could. This is extremely important to us to optimize the usage of space in order to really increase the livability on board. We move forward. The Fly 82, as I said earlier, features 4 cabins and 4 heads. Midship, we have 2 guest heads. On the port side, we have a 2 single bed cabin, while on the starboard is a double bed cabin. So this one has 3 double bed and 1 twin beds. There we go. Each cabin has its own dedicated bathroom. And what is really important, the benefit of having the day head upstairs is that we no longer have day head on the lower deck. So every cabin, every guest on board will have its own dedicated head. And then when we move to the VIP cabin, you really see like behind this bulkhead is where the crew quarter is located. I can walk around the entire boat. This is a lot of space, a lot of storage, a lot of very small touches and details, the coziness of this rounded cabinetry. There's so much research of details in this from Fabio Fantolino, and the execution from our team, our production team has just been spectacular. As you can see, the handles, every single detail calls to the highest research from the Azimut department. The mirror here is sculpted into the door, so it's not installed on top of it. We really were able to recess the wood in order to fit the mirror and have it flush. So we go upstairs and let's take a look at the Flybridge, because it's also a game-changing dimension, layout and everything. Really special boat. So we redesigned the staircase, making it possible to fit here a fridge or an ice maker, which will double the one on the port side in the furniture. Over here is storage, and up here you have all your battery switches, easy controlled, and then the awning, that will be the privacy awning for the cockpit area, and of course your fusion control station. So here we go to the Fly. Of course, the core of the Flybridge series is the Flybridge. Here we're featuring a massive Flybridge, which is really calling to larger yachts. So we were able to fit a massive amount of space. I don't even know how many people could fit here. That you could have a party, you could have, formal dining. We removed the molded in sofas, making space for a formal dining table with loose chairs, opening the space. So the whole goal here was to make the space open, available, both on the main and lower decks, as well as on the bridge. On the starboard side here, we feature a bar that has this beautiful shelf right here that serves the guests on board, so gives space for the crew to access and make it easy for the guests to access their cocktails or any food. Over here we have a sink. Well, you see this. So this is something that we see a lot, and we saw a lot. So whenever you remove the lid for your sink and you don't know where to put them, so we realized that it's so simple. You just put a hook here and then it's gone. So you saw someone was showing the sink and left it right here because they didn't realize there's a hook. So now you have really free access to your furniture here, which can have a barbecue, a Canyon barbecue grill. So electrical, very, very convenient, and very, very, very performant. On the bows area of the bridge, we have a massive sunbed, which is all storage. So this area here of storage can be either accessed from these doors or directly from below the cushions. So it goes all the way to the end, perfect for your covers, for the shade, for the aft area, for the poles of the shade, and you name it. So there's plenty amount of storage. And now we access the bow, so the helm station. So first of all, let me point out to the new wheel. There's a new design that comes on all the new Azimut. It's a nice touch. And the boat is equipped with a triple IPS Volvo Penta IPS 1200 as a standard, triple Volvo Penta IPS 1350s as an option, for a maximum speed of 32 knots. And the boat is extremely performant, and it inherited the core in the engine room from the Fly 78. Therefore, you will see later once we go down, it's a hull design that has been modified completely for this model, but it kept the core and the most, let's say, the core of what the Fly 78 took on the previous edition. And why not a pop-up light here to create a nice atmosphere. On the aft of the bridge, here we have loose furnitures with a Minotti coffee table. This is one of the options that we offer. Another one is to install a wraparound sofa that will start right there on the port side and ending on the starboard side. It will be a fiberglass sofa with a little bit of storage in this section and then a coffee table. That will be spectacular. You can fit more than 10 people enjoying conversation, cocktails, and having really a good time. So let's go take a look at the bow. Also plenty of very, very innovative and nice features. And while we walk there, I want to stress that how the aesthetic is at the service of functionality. We redesigned all the side boarding gate. So as you can see, they open indoor, giving really simple accessibility. Sometimes, you know, it looks for granted, but when you open the door outside, especially in the US market, you might be close to your mooring pole and these obstruct your way. And at the same time, having the door tilting inside, it allows us to hide the hinges on the inside part of the boat. So when you look at the boat from the outside, it's clean and smooth. Here we have this section of the bridge that is a little bit extended, providing you coverage when you're walking all the way to the bow, and the side, the width of the side decks is really good with a very high handrail, so very high research of safety. And since we have it, here is the exit door from the galley and the helm, which is easily movable pantograph door with an electrical actuator. Here's the bow. So first of all, it's massive. It's massive. Secondly, it's wonderful. You have a front-facing sofa here. It has been designed by Fabio Fantolino. This is really, really nice. You can move these little pillows for your backrest. There's plenty of storage inside, which would be perfect for the poles and the shade. As you see, we have 6 poles total. The reason why is that if they provide 2 separate sections of protection of shade. One could be for the seating area and one could be for the sunbathing area, or both. So really here you can sit as many people as you want, enjoying a good time outside. You know, you need to chase the sun. This is the best way to achieve it. A lot of speakers around. You can see there's a second fusion controller. I apologize, I forgot to show you the one on the bridge, but we have 3 outdoor areas, and we can feature as option the new JL system. So if you really want strong music, you can call the JL system with us. It's spectacular. The bow area, the very bow area, so the mooring, the technical area. As you see, we have beautiful cleats here, made for us with perfect area to have the line going through without touching the hull. So we installed a couple of protective stainless steel sidebars, and then here is your winch. So it has the pedal start control over here, which would call the anchor up, launch the anchor, or you can wash the anchor while you're taking it up. So the anchor pockets down here, you have a remote controlled winch. This way, if you need to check a little better where the anchor is getting dropped, you can check from here with the remote winch in your hands. I think we checked everything on the outside, inside. There will be so much more to say, but let's take a look at the engine room, the heart and the most important part of the boat, where everything starts, and then everything else comes and takes shape out of that. Also, look at the size of these windows. They're just incredible. So we have 2 accesses to the engine room. Of course, the principal one, the main one, which is here on the port side under the stairs. And then there will be like one also in the cockpit, like a typical hatch. Here we go. So as you can see, this is where the garage is located. There's all the water filtration systems, so the water can get out if you have a little bit of water inside the garage. And then we are featuring here triple IPS 1350s. I mean, there's so many benefits with the Volvo Penta IPS system: maneuverability, consumption, vibration. I mean, you name it. We all know the benefits that Volvo Penta IPS provides, but on this case, we talk about 30% efficiency as far as consumption, but also most importantly, if you here had a shaft drive, you probably would have the engines installed much higher, the transmission located up front, the shaft running underneath the engines, and this way you lose space in height and in depth. So with the Volvo Penta IPS system, we were able to install it a little lower, so this lowers the center of gravity, pushed backwards. Therefore, you gain so much space for every single cabin on the lower deck. So moving up front, here we have double generator. That's two color generators. There's so many options you can feature on this boat, but we have separate tanks, one on the port side, one on the starboard. There's many options that can be installed on this boat. We start from the electro strainer from Electro C, which is a system that purifies the raw water for the air conditioning system, so reducing the creation of barnacle into the system. Then you can we have the boat predisposed with pre-plumbed for the water maker predisposition, so in case you want to install it upon delivery, and there's so many other features. So this unit specifically features the water maker, which is installed right there on the port side, and very, very easy to access for service purposes. As right here, even if I have the garage, I can access the engines easily. The strainers are easily located, the filters are easily located, so everything that needs to be accessed for regular maintenance, such as the valves and everything, are easy to find, easy to access. So this way you can operate, service, clean your strainers, or double check your filters. It's very, very convenient. This boat is absolutely amazing. And on the starboard side is the chiller, which is a Dometic system, providing a lot of air conditioning. I can provide more details about the BTUs, but it's located on the starboard side. And of course, there will be also the pump, the control for the beach platform, which obviously would go up and down, enhancing in the launch of the tender, and then obviously the pulling in of the tender. So thank you for joining me in this walkthrough video. Again, it's Giorgio Sarti with Azimut Yachts Americas. I'm looking forward to seeing you here at the Cannes Yachting Festival, introducing you to this beautiful Fly 82.